Yo, why chasing numbers won't make you successful? It's the hidden value that we ignore. Why chasing numbers won't make you successful? It's the hidden values that we ignore. Man, it feel good in here. We made it, man. Pete, I remember one day I was at work. I was out with UD, and I was moving. I think I had to use the bathroom. It'd be like time, right? So the hub, the Newark hub, was booming, man. You know, it was in the summertime. It was in the summertime because when people was wearing, that's the hangout spot. So I'm moving fast. I'm not ignoring nobody, but I'm focused. I gotta get I'm going to the restroom to get, So it was a brother sitting on the bench, right? Now a lot of people, live there, believe it or not, at the hub. I wasn't even passing that judgment. I just, so I went and handled my handle, and it was when I got done using the bathroom, it was on my mind. That's what type of person I am. It was on my mind, kind of. And I was like, I need to acknowledge this brother, right? Because he was trying to get my attention for something. I spoke, but I kept it moving. I didn't give him the time, So, boom, I went up to him. Matter of fact, now it's coming back to me. I believe he was like, he had a question for me. He'll wait till he knew what I was doing, right? So I went, acknowledged the brother. What's going on? He said, I said, how's it going, right? So he was like, oh, one day at a time. And I'm like, you right? I don't know no other way, but one day at a time. What you had to ask me? He said, well, there is a way, but that's another story, right? So me being me, now, he didn't intrigue me. I want to know what you talking about, right? So he said, oh yeah, it's a way. It's a way you can live, faster than one day at a time. I said, how? So we just sitting there busting it up. And the whole time he was referencing this book, Atomic Habits, James Clear, right? So I remembered that much. It was noted. I believe I grabbed the book a short time after. I was reading something else, so I didn't get right to it. And I had grabbed the book. And that brings a part of that book, one of the chapters in the book, it brought me to what we're talking about today. And it was basically saying, how we got to a point like in society today where everything is based off of metrics, numbers, analytics, algorithms, views, followers, that type thing. And it just, since I've been on this, tinkering with this TikTok and the YouTube, these things have, right? So you see how the things surface around, right? So really, in a sense, right, we have become so number driven, right? You put a post up. I don't know really how to really work all of the fine tuning things. I'm learning, right? But basically, you have to kind of, it's like it's a new world. You have to measure how well you're doing in, I want to say the digital space, right? I don't want to say social space. In the digital space, you measure, you use, the analytics, you use the numbers of views, and these things measure how well you're doing within that genre, or that, in the digital space, right? But that's not the whole picture. That's not the whole picture, right? You can't. There's things in life that are invaluable. How about that? And to the world, if your world revolves around numbers and chasing numbers, and the only things that's important is what you can measure with, your matrix of how much money someone makes, or how how many cars you got, or how many houses you got, how many if that's it, that doesn't determine the success. What about those instances? The things that, happiness is that. How do you measure happiness? Clearly, it doesn't have anything to do with a purchase you make, because that loses novelty over a course of one wear of an outfit, or the first week of purchasing a new car, right? The novelty of purchasing the house, when everybody grows up and moves out, right? Just to name a few, right? There's things in life that you can't measure. They're not measurable. You can't measure them through, you can't quantify the presence of a male, the dad or the mother being there, right? For instance, right? You walking across this playground, right? It's a playground out here, right? Now, the kids over there, they freelancers. The kids away for 10 hours a day, 8 hours, whatever, 10 hours a day. It's 14 left in the total reset, right? So they're able to be who they are when they're not around the parents, right? Let the parent pop up. Let me pop up and see my kid acting in a way that I didn't raise them to act. How do you measure that moment? It might all they had to do is lay eyes on me for 2-3 seconds. Wasn't a whole lot of time, right? And the whole aura change, right? They tighten up, right? How do you measure that? You take somebody that was a couch potato. They never, it was the far opposite from being athletic or in shape or anything like that, right? And through some rhyme or reason, they got motivated. Say, you know what, this year I'm gonna try out for the school team. And then they say, okay, they start out trying to get in shape, because they know it's going to be a brutal test of their endurance, and to make the team, to even make tryouts, right? It's going to be physically taxing. So they start off their fitness journey there, right? They get off of the couch, take off the headphones, right? To they put in a real effort to turn their life around, right? So this kid goes from, like you said, being couch potato material to making the team, not necessarily playing a whole bunch, but completed the season and actually scored a basket. And the basket was a free throw, right? Not even 2 free throws, right? Now the sum, that might not, if you're trying to quantify his success as a basketball player, you're measuring it by how many points, how many minutes, and how many games, that sort of way, right? Okay, that's easy when you're chasing, when you're someone that chases the numbers and follows the game, right? But to someone that was a couch potato, a fellow couch potato that wasn't motivated or interested in doing anything besides playing games, eating snacks, staying on the couch, that kind of, whatever motivated him, whatever rhyme or reason that motivated him, would be invaluable, because they know what it's like. So all I'm saying is, success isn't, I'm not playing with semantics, but success isn't chasing numbers, chasing the likes, the analytics, the follower. That's not it. That's not it. Not when it's substance in what you got to offer the world. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's just, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing, you know? I mean, you could go from, living a lifestyle of, just being trenched, for lack of better words, just doing this kind of freestyling, right? Going with the flow, just dealing with earthly things without understanding. And to have an understanding, me personally, right? Have a certain understanding. Once you come into understanding, it's like, man, it's invaluable. You can't measure it. You can't even measure that by, you get to waking up, like you get to wake up. I already said this before, man, we made it, man. This is fruition. You are living what you put together. You created that in your mind. That's what does the creating, your mind. That I would not tell you no lie. You create with your mind. So in your mind, if you're gonna have a messed up day, you're gonna have a messed up day. It's just that way. Without understanding that, you'll go in a circle of, it's just a cipher of, wherever you came from, and you're gonna keep going in that until something happens, or hey, nothing might happen. Not if you don't make it happen. I'm standing on that. So if you really just tap into that, why you're able to do what you're able to do. You know what I'm saying? Why you're able to do what you're able to do. And keep that the motivation, man. It's motion, man. Peace, yo.